And one ways that I've realized how this womanist experience and practice has showed up in your work is one of the first like knowings of you, like when you were still at Columbia College Chicago and you co-curated the inaugural Black Arts Festival, right? And this festival hadn't existed or been done for a long period of time. So can you talk a little bit about like that experience for you and doing it in this institution and doing it in a space where maybe then you weren't really aware of like that you already existed in this womanist practice, but how it has showed up inside of how you curated and organized that event.
Definitely. So one of the ways that I knew I was a womanist was because I wanted to make space. Like I wanted to take everybody else with me, right?
Right.
And so my best friend and I, we were already kind of curating and making space really for other Black students on campus who just felt isolated in this predominantly white institution. And we just started gathering in our apartment and just talking. And we had food and we had Erica Badu playing in the background. You know, we just vibing. And we were having a conversation with one of our professors, Dr. Hansard, and he was just sharing with us that there was a gathering of Black artists on Columbia's campus in 1968, and who were just talking about arts in the city. And it was mostly Columbia administration, like trying to make room for other Black artists who are part of the Black arts movement, who are really big Chicago like legends, trying to make room for them to just like share their experience. But it was not centered around them. It was more so about the institution and this very like,
Yeah.
you know, white fragility kind of space.
Yeah.
So, and the artist called them out on it. And, you know, this is 1968 in Chicago, where there is you know, a whole slew of social reckoning going on. Just right across the street from our school, you know, was the riots at the Democratic National Convention in Grant
Yeah.
Park. So all of this is happening at the same time, and the Black artists at the time are like, "Hey, call your bullshit," you know.
Yeah.
So we found this history, and you know, there were similar. This is 50 years later that we're students, and there's heavy similarities between what we're feeling and what artists at the time were feeling as well. And so we decided to just make a space and curate something that was student centered. There's so many things that people try to put on students or say that students want, but not really talking to people and not really talking to people in your community about how this can affect and if this is even worth doing.
Right.
You know, that's another thing womanism has taught me, to put my ego aside and really be tuned in to the people I say I care about.
Right.
So we did that. We did surveys, we did focus groups to like see if this was something that people wanted, and students did. They wanted it. And they wanted it in a specific way. And so we were able to put our brains together, work with other students on campus, and curate this mass festival that had never really been done in this way.
Yeah.
It gathered alumni that the college was trying to get in touch with, and they actually asked us for a list, and we were like, no, we're not doing your work for you. We're doing work for us, right? For the sake of us. So it was really important to do that, and that experience has shaped how I approach what I call space making. I'm really moving away from the word curating, but just space making.